Hey everybody, thank you for joining us. My name is Gary Etienne with the Elite Team, Alliance Movement, Alliance Team as well, eXp Realty. And today is basically, I try to give these, bring people on that have done impact in my life. And also I see them in the industry doing great things, big things, different things. And this woman that I'm going to bring on, she may not know it, but she inspires me a lot. Of what she does, of her open house lives, her shows, her IGTV, her team running aspects. And, I always try to take a little bit from everybody and try to incorporate it. And she has a lot that I've taken from her and then try to incorporate into my business. And I think she would be a great inspiration for everybody else as well. She's part of my partners in Florida, and really drives me and my wife, because we're a team, and to bring our team somewhat to hers in some kind of fashion, right? Well, needless to say, her name is 𝓂𝓁 Figueroa out of Orlando. Let me throw her up here and get to speaking to V. Thank you for joining us, V. How you doing?
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited. Sorry that I'm running a little behind.
No, not at all. Not at all. All this, I know we're in the midst of half virtual and half being out there as well. So we're in full gear running around and trying to, hybrid this new wave of real estate, right?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I know. And, and with everybody being on the Wi-Fi's, capability being, it's just a magnitude of technology that we got to keep up with. At first we're realtors, now we're tech geeks,
yep.
Right? Yeah. So I know you're out in Orlando. What part of Orlando? What part of Florida are you in? I'm sorry.
I'm in East Orlando, so over by UCF. Go Knights, and not too far from the beaches, which gives us the luxury of whether you want to go downtown or the beaches. You got about 30 minutes in between, which is really cool.
Okay, that's cool. I know your journey. I know your story, and I love to always hear it. But tell me a little bit, your industry stuff, how you started, what brought you in, how'd you decide, let me team build and lead rather than just be that solo agent that wants to just make millions,
I just think I love community. I love people. I've always been, ever since the little girl, my mom, included me in all her business ventures, as far as I would always tag along. And I saw, the power of how she would always build communities. My mom was, she's a go-getter, man. And she owned her little bodegas, and she would bring artists to like a little town that really didn't have a lot of Latino. I never really told this story. A lot of Latino, culture. So she brought it. So she would we were in a little small town, and she was like, I'm going to open the first bodega, or I'm going to open, I'm going to throw the first Spanish concert, or, so I was tugging around my mom, watching her making moves and talking to people and seeing what she needed to do to make her dreams come true. So I was always just inspired by her. So one thing I've realized, no matter what I've done, is I love people and I love community, and I love just figuring things out to where I can create other opportunities for others. And the best example I have is my mother. She did that for me and impacted my life. So it carried on. And then as I just started becoming a real estate agent and, really falling in love with the industry, I became, good at that and bringing people together. And, I started becoming really passionate about helping other people. And then I said, how can I bring my background and my passion for human resources, training, development, the little edge of sales that my mom always taught me ever since I was a little girl, having to work in the stores and work for everything that she gave me. I always had to earn it.
That's
and
hustle,
then
right?
just pour into people. Yeah. And then I kind of brought those three worlds together. And next thing you know, I was like, I don't want to do this alone. Yeah. I don't want to do this alone. This is too special to do it alone. And I just want to give back. And is there a way that I could do this? And real estate was just such a blessing to me. I just knew I wanted to do it with others. So, it was never really about the money, about like, I'm going to make money off of people. It was always about how can I do something special with people? So that's really what it came down to, man. I could definitely be a real estate agent and do this solo, but it would be a lot more. It's a lot more
fun.
rewarding doing it with others.
Yeah, it's more fun, right?
It's fun making real estate fun again. I love your name of your show. I love what you guys are doing. You guys inspire me as well. So I just love being in business with you guys.
Yeah, and like I said, everybody's like, yeah, but they're in Florida. I was like, listen, I call V. Usually, this is probably the earliest notice I've ever given you, because usually it's like a day or two, and I'm like, can you jump on the Zoom with me and stuff like that? And she's always said yes, never said no. Like, give me the time, and I'm grateful for that. I'm thankful for that. Thank you, and I know my team appreciates that. Because leading a team, I know sometimes they need to hear it from the aunties and the uncles, and from you, from Gil, from Carlos, and being the parent, it's like, it may go through one ear throughout the other, but hearing it from you and inspiring them as well.
Ditto. We love it when our children hear from the aunties and uncles on their side. Lo titi, lo tío.
Yeah, exactly. And that's how it's got to be, because that's how we grow together. And I think that's the best way that's the only way we're going to really grow and really make an impact. Right.
I love it.
So tell me, when did you making a team? I know the struggles of inspiring that team, right? Getting them to get them for call nights and stuff like that. Did you let me do, I know Gil has little segments of team, like team leaders for each 10 or 15 teams or 15 agents. Were you are you 20 agents in? What's your tell me, talk to me.
Oh my gosh. My team consists of well over 35 agents and then support staff. So we're pushing over 50 people on our team.
Okay.
Didn't start off that way. It wasn't the vision initially. And I will say this, we're still on this journey. Together of exploring what's the best way to run a team. We learn every day from our mistakes. We learn every day from the people who are in our world, in our community, and by other leaders who inspire us. So, by no means do I believe I have the formula or the secret. Yeah. But I will say that, running a team or leading a team, every day I wake up thinking, what can I do to help the team get better? But, we do different things. I have a VP of Ops who's been a huge blessing, Chris Aniszewski, shout out to him. I have a new systems and success architect manager on our team. I know that sounds really, really crazy. Just think of that like a database manager, the person who measures and looks at our ROI and what we're investing money in, and is the conversion there, and what are the best practices of a real estate agent on our team, so that we can get more of the newer people on our team to produce like the higher producing agents on our team. And then what do we need to do to get our higher producing agents to be able to scale and leverage their business so that they can have the life and the business that they deserved. So that's what that role is. I have a director of compliance, 2 to 3 amazing transaction coordinators, a CMA analyst team. They just pump out CMAs all day long, and just all these different roles, social media content. But it didn't start that way. It started with just, one hire at a time.
Who was your first hire?
First hire 15, 16 years ago was a really great admin. Still to this day, she's one of my best friends. Now she's a rock star agent out in Texas. And, she was on my team for a long time, but life happens, husband relocated. But, the first hire was a good admin, a really good admin that, would allow me to be in multiple places at one time. And we were talking just the other day. She was like, girl, I was running across town getting signatures for you, picking up your kids at daycare, picking up lock boxes and getting papers signed. She was like, that was the first major hire for me. And it was what I needed at the time. Yeah. And then from there, I just started, realizing the power of, leveraging 2 people being able to help. She needed help at the time with a career opportunity. I needed help at the time with scaling myself. And we figured it out. I probably wasn't the best manager or boss at the time, but we learned along the way. But one thing I will tell you, she believed in my dreams, and she was like, I just want to learn from you. And I was like, great, we can learn together. So she was officially my first hire.
Okay. And so in that sense, basically getting organized, right? That's what I'm hearing from you. Like, let's get organized. Let me, leverage stuff I don't have to really do right away. Seeing what's important for you so you can focus on, while, yes, we love our kids, but picking up the kids could be leveraged out, right? Doing some callbacks or some filing stuff, but you really were the rainmaker to generate that business, right?
Yeah. And I think I still run my business that way. I look at who can do something better than me so I can focus on the things that I'm really good at. So like I said, I mentioned all those positions, and I only have them in my life because they are bringing value to our lives and to our team, and we're all scaling. So this way we look at the strengths of what that person can offer and the weaknesses too, because we have to identify what our weaknesses are. I know what my weaknesses are, and I have a whole lot of weaknesses. But then I focus on my strengths. I'm like, okay, then if this is what I'm good at, this is what I'm going to focus on. And I trust that you're going to focus on the things that you're good on. So I'm a lot more mature now. I'm, 16 years later in the business, but I still look at that philosophy that I trusted, my instinct, and trusted what other people had told me. And ultimately, you just want to scale people. You want to scale yourself by hiring the right people and people who can help you do the things that you're really good at and let them take off your plate. And then you can do so much more with the right people in your world.
Yeah, I agree. So agent wise, when you were hiring your first couple of agents, I know now, me and Vince, we talk a lot and we see agents. We were like, all right, good, but we just eyeball them, right? In the beginning, it was more like, yes, I guess join the team because we don't know what was a good agent or a bad agent at the time, right? Now, what are you looking at when you're hiring your agents?
For my team, my team, I was like, I want to fix everybody. I'm like, I can help everybody. I want to fix everybody. But I slowly started realizing that maybe they're not a good fit for my team, but somehow they could still be in my world. Whether it's just mentorship, whether it's just coaching, whether it's just connecting them with someone else who has time for them that can help them grow their business based on their needs and goals. But for my specific team, and if you ever want to know how we recruit, I'm an open book. You can go to my website, 𝒶𝓂team.com, and you can click join, right? If you were to look at what my team process looks like, there's a video that I play. And on that video, I talk about the type of agent that we're looking for. We're looking for an agent who's growth-minded. We're looking for agents who are okay with accountability, that understand the power of community and teamwork and are looking to jumpstart their career, but systems, accountability, and not afraid to be pushed beyond their comfort zone, such as video, social media, all these things. Yeah. So the first step for us is that we make them submit a video interview. And if they don't do that, already automatic, you don't fit my team, because I want to go into business with people, even if they are not good at it, they're willing to push themselves.
To try, right?
So the ideal avatar for my team, and I say avatar, is like the type of mindset. I want people who are going to be okay with accountability, that they're going to be willing to commit, that they are growth-minded. They don't know it all. They don't want to know it all. They're constantly curious, and they appreciate the experience that we bring to the table. And it's not that they, need a team to be successful, but they want to be in a team environment to jumpstart their career, or they want to get there that much faster, quicker, and or they want to be a part of something bigger. So, we're not the team for everybody, but should they not be a good part of our team, then obviously we look at what that looks like and see how we could still be good partners in the business for them. But ultimately, my avatar is, just someone with a kind heart, willing to be accountable, willing to be committed, willing to just grind, but also, has some life aspirations that are beyond just, monetary. They want to make bigger differences. So, everyone check it out to see what it is and copy and duplicate that process. It'll weed out the people who aren't willing to step up initially during the video interview. I think it's really fun to see people get freaked out about that.
And I think it's, and I saw that and I started using that as well. And I think it's so good because you get to bring them back when they mature in a couple months, in 6 months or so they can see where they began, right? When that first video, and 6 months later, they're doing videos, lives on their own, and you can see the growth, right?
I love it. I love seeing the growth. I absolutely love it. And you kind of see people as they mature in the business, looking back at the person who they were 6 months ago. And we use a tactic on our team of, part of their onboarding is looking at fear in the face and seeing what's on the opposite side of fear. And usually it's those things that they are starting to see 6 months later, where they're like, I remember when I was afraid of it, but now I'm obsessed with it. And I'm learning that this is who I am, and I accept who I am, and I embrace it. It's just fun to watch. It really is.
I agree. I agree. So I know team building is a big thing. What makes social media is the thing now, right? Everybody's doing social media. I know you're doing IGTV, right? And you're doing a lot of different things. Tell me about, how did you guys brainstorm that? What was the conception of that IGTV stuff?
We do a lot of just in the moment, like brainstorming, like we should try this, like, and I have a really great team of people who kind of have made it a point to specialize in just exploring what works in media. So if, for example, the Fire Fridays, right? Fire Fridays or anything that we do, what works on IG may not work on Facebook. What works on Facebook may not work on YouTube or, LinkedIn. But if you could take little snippets of it and repurpose it and turn it into what would work on IG, now you're scaling yourself, right? So we don't play the whole Fire Fridays, or we don't play the whole, open house recording, but we could take a snippet of it and a soundbite of it and make it look fresh and put it on a story or build our audience our timeline. So again, going back to how can I scale myself, because I can't be all things to everything, but I could take a little piece of certain things and scale it. Then that's really what we've been doing. So it came from inception, and we don't even do enough, Gary. Like, I'm hard on myself. I'm like, oh, my game on IG isn't like, it's not where I want it to be. But then I realized, what, all I could do is just grow and learn from what works and what doesn't work, and just hopefully put out content that people can learn from or be inspired from to go take action. Because even if it's not perfect, I'm a big believer, put it out there. You can progress and you can get better and you can learn from the things that you've done. So it really came from just, the wish list turning into the action list, being inspired by other people, and then just having really great people in my corner that were like, we need to do this. And I'm like, all right, what's that going to cost me? Or how should I do it? Or like, who do I need to hire for that? And then, we just stay true to it. We stay with an integrity that that's something that we're going to do. And it's not a one-time thing, because if it's a one-time thing, then I'm being a fraud and I'm not committed to the outcome. So
you're not being true to yourself and really getting the most out of it. Right. And then you're going to kick yourself, right? You're going to be like, I know it would work if I just consistently did the actions to get the results. Right. Thank you for that. And like I said, I know you're a part of a lot of different groups. I know agents always ask me what organizations to join. I know you're part of NAREP, president of NAREP. My wife's president of NAREP. I think NAREP's a great group to join as well. The networking, I know it's a little bit different now, but they're still networking out there. What other even local groups? What are you guys doing out there? I know you guys were always essential. Are you guys any other networking? What do you suggest to agents to be out there, get there? You
need to find your tribe. You need to find what works for you. And there's always going to be something. And it doesn't even have to be real estate related. Like, I'm a part of NAREP because I had people who inspired me to join it. And through that, even the pandemic, some of the people I felt safe being around have been my NAREP family, Rebecca and Josue Soto, Andres and Kelly, that's the furthest we go from dinner, other than our like really tight friends. So it's become more than an organization. Some of these people become your family. Get involved in your local board. If you don't know where to start, get involved in your local board. If you don't, maybe if it's not real estate related, maybe it's a community service for, whatever it might be that's near and dear to your heart. But getting involved in your community is key no matter what. Listen, if you are a part of a coaching program, or if you are a part of, anything that really moves your heart, you can build community and really make a difference. So for me, being a part of NAREP has allowed me to learn the type of leader that I am. And really, our house is that we may not be in the same company, but we have a mission that's very similar, which is to give back to the community of agents and the industry that we love so much. Getting involved with your board. We don't, we sometimes complain a lot about what our boards or the MLS don't do for us. But if you're not involved, you're part of the problem. You got to get involved. So I would just say to agents, like, whether it's NAREP, whether it's, a Tom Ferry groups, whether it's a local organization, whether it's, your local board, just get involved and don't be a wallflower. Don't go in there trying to be like, oh, I'm too shy to speak, or I'm too shy to get involved. Like, if you're not engaging, you're not going to get anything out of it. That's with anything that you're doing. Yeah, I mean, just like, if you're going to be a hermit crab, just stay a hermit crab, like, at home. We got enough of that already going on. You need to go out there because your voice matters, and we need more leaders out there representing leadership. So don't be shy. That's all I can say. I don't necessarily know if I have the right organization for you. I'm a huge believer in NAREP. I'm a huge believer in being involved in your board. I'm a huge believer in, I sit on Zillow's board. Why? Whether people like them or not, I sit on their board just because I want to be able to listen and make a difference and give my voice if there's something that I think I need to adapt to or use my voice for better good. So whatever it is, just go out there and get involved and go deep.
And speaking of Zillow, you just want to know what's coming down the pipeline, right? To be abreast of what's going on for your team. You guys use Zillow a lot, or is that lead based for you guys, or what's your preference, or what's your mindset on Zillow? I know that
Zillow has definitely been a great partner with us. We have, again, going back to the all in. I don't do anything that's kind of like halfway. And if I do, I'm just not, my heart's not in it. And Zillow was something that I was like, if I'm investing money, and if I truly believe that they have consumer attention and are improving certain parts of the experience, I want to learn from them and I want to grow. So for me, it was like, there was no other option based on the investment I was making. So I was like, I'm going to dissect this and I'm going all in and I'm going to learn and I want to build around this. And when I was able to prove a concept that this really did work for us, then it was like, all right, let's go. So we've become great partners with them, and it's a huge lead source for us. Oftentimes, a lot of people think we're too in bed with them, but at the end of the day, we move where the puck is going. And we just truly feel that they've been a great partner for us. Still, we care about our referral base. We care about other lead sources. We care about growing a real solid book of business as a local agent, not just Zillow, but it is nice to know that we have different outlets that position us as leaders in our market, which ultimately will connect us to more buyers and sellers. That's why we do this. Yeah.
And the ultimate goal, right? You got to have more sources, diversify your lead sources, right?
Yep.
I think that's important. I think so many people forget about, cultivating the lead, getting them to that point, but not just, it's not just getting it. You have to actually follow through and get that lead to that next level, right?
Absolutely.
But I do thank you. Anything in the future endeavors that you want to tell me about? Anything you
wanted to ask me about? I know you asked me earlier when we were going back and forth, and I've got a couple more minutes. Is about Fire Friday and how it started. And I want to kind of share something with you as far as why we did this. Obviously, during the pandemic, I wanted to get back. I wanted to pour into other agents during this time that we weren't sure what was going to happen. And when we did this, it just happened to be on Fridays. And my God, my goal was to fire it up, like bring the fire. So then it started turning into Fire Fridays. Then it was like one weekend, another great speaker. I mean, we had people like Brad Inman, we had Chris Smith, we had Greg Schwartz, the former president of Zillow. We had, just so many so many great agents, Anthony Lamacchia, just people that inspired me. But then I thought, why am I going to stop during the pandemic, pandemic's not done, but why am I going to stop? And if I could just go back and give any advice to anyone, is like, sometimes you just start something and it becomes something beautiful. But a lot of times we quit because we don't see the outcome, or we think people aren't watching. And Gary, there were 2 Fridays that I didn't do something. And I had people from all over the country text me and says, did I miss the link? Is Fire Friday missing? Like, looking forward to it. And I knew at that moment that this was something special. So now we upload them on our Facebook page, on our Figueroa Team YouTube page. So if you're not if you haven't been following us, you can subscribe there and watch the previous ones. You've got John Cheplack on there. Watch these previous intimate recordings and video interviews that, I bring them on and I ask them questions that I know are important to me and to people who are able to engage with them. But it's about consistency and it's about being passionate about something. And for me, Fire Fridays was about shining the light on others who are making a difference, who inspired me and have lit a fire in me. And I want to share that with others. It's completely brand agnostic. I don't care what company you're with. I know that we have a duty and a responsibility to just help continue to make the industry better. So I would say in closing is go find something that you're passionate about, start it and share it with others, and don't give up. Just keep on going, because you never know who is watching, and you never know who you're making a difference, whose life you're making a difference in. So just like this, making real estate fun again. Keep it up, brother. I'm excited. I can't wait. I appreciate all of our family up in New York and the East Coast, just changing the game. And if I can do anything for you guys, open my playbook. I'm an open book.
Everybody, please subscribe to the YouTube page, Figueroa Team, right? IG as well. She has great content, always there. Videos. I've learned a lot from her, just watching her videos, even though, you know, like I said, she inspires me. Thank you for that again. Thank you for joining us. And, you know, like, just making real estate fun again, just getting people around me that I know that are doing different things, that are trying different things, that inspire others, and just getting it out there, you know, getting content. So thank you again.
Thank you. I can't wait to see you guys in person soon.
Yes, very soon. Thank you.
Okay. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.